Hello everyone, welcome to Sarambh Knowledge Park. In today's video, we are going to discuss about software development and testing. In previous session, we have discussed about how many fields in computer world. So this is like computer engineering, computer science, information technology, data science, AI, ML, IT support services, networking, cyber security, and cloud computing. So we have learned about all these fields are interconnected and part of the broader domain of computing and information technology. Okay, so in today's session, we are going to discuss about what is software development, role in software development, courses in software development, what is software testing, why software testing is necessary, types of software testing in details, and question and answer. So basically, in previous section we discussed about introduction to IT industry. Okay, but in today's we will discuss about some software development and testing related things. Okay, so let's start with the first point, that is what is software. Okay, so a software is a collection of computer program written in a coded language that helps us to perform tasks. Okay, so just keep in mind, okay, this definition always ask in interview. If you are a fresher, just remember this definition. Software is a collection of computer program written in coded language that helps us to perform a task. Okay, so you can see on the screen, software, we have the two types, like software system as well as software application software. So there are two types. One is the system software, another is the application software. Okay, so let's discuss one by one. So you can see there are so many softwares, right? So YouTube, Chrome, Facebook, Instagram, all these things, all are the software. Okay, so see, there are the two main software types. One is a system software and another is a um, application software. So in system software, this is the basic software that helps the computer run. The most important system software is operating system, like Windows, Mac operating system, Android, and or iOS. The operating system helps you interact with the computer, controls how things work, and lets you open and use other software. System software also includes things like drivers, which help the computer talk to hardware parts like the printer or keyboard. Okay, so the example of the system software is like a device driver, operating system, servers, and utility, etc. Okay, so there is a another software types, that is the application software. So these are the program that help you to do specific tasks. For example, if you want to write a document, you use a word processor like Microsoft Word. If you want to browse the web, you use a web browser like Google, Chrome, or Safari. If you want to watch a video, you might use a media player app. Application software is what you use every day to do things like writing, playing games, checking emails, or even taking pictures. So example of the application software is web application, mobile application, and desktop application. So I hope you understood that system software and the application software. So device driver, operating system, servers, utility, all are the system software, and web application, mobile app, desktop application, those are the application software. So now let's understand what is the software development. Okay, so this is very important field in IT industry. So let's understand what is the software development. So what is the software development? So software development is the process used to create software. Okay, what is this? This is a process. So software development is the process of designing, creating, testing, and maintaining software application or systems. Okay, so it involves writing code, using the programming language to build a program that performs specific tasks like mobile application, website, or software tools. Now, let's understand what are the phases in software development. Okay, so there are six main phases. So you guys, you just remember all these pages because this is very important in future. Okay, so the first phase is planning and requirement. Second phase is designing. Third phase is coding. Fourth is testing. Then deployment and the maintenance. Okay, um, so in the first phase, like planning and requirement, what happened here? Basically, in this phase, we identifying the needs and goal of the software. Okay. Then in designing, we creating the blueprint for how the software will work. Third one, coding, writing the actual code to bring the design to life. And in testing, checking for errors or bugs to ensure the software works correctly. And the deployment is releasing the software for users to use. And in maintenance, updating and improving the software over the time. Well, in future we are going to discuss in depth about all these phases, so stay tuned. Okay. uh, Now let's understand what is basically development process in normal world. Okay, so we'll take the example of manufacturing of car. So you can see here on the screen, uh, this is a development life cycle for manufacturing a car. Okay, so uh, the flow, you can understand here. We have client. Okay, Honda. So a client, Honda want to manufacture one car for their user. Okay, so how he will process to implement the car? So first, client will uh, client will find the vendor. Okay, and based on the user requirement, client will provide this requirement to the vendor. Okay, so the vendor will take the requirement and he will do the planning as per the requirement. Based on the requirement and planning, this car will be designed as per the requirement. After the design, the car will, the whatever the requirement we have in the design, it will be developed. Once the car will develop, it will move to the testing part, and the car will be test. After testing, the car will give to user for testing. That is a user acceptance. Once the user accept that, I mean, if we think like all car is implemented or develop as per the requirement, he will approve it, and based on this acceptance criteria, the client will give that car to user for the implementation. So this is what the development life cycle. So this is not only the car, any product. If we have to develop any product, so there is a certain processes. So this is what the development life cycle. So now let's understand the development life cycle in software. Okay, so let's understand software development life cycle. Okay, let's take the example of agent portal for LIC. Okay, so first, what happened first? So we have client, right? LIC is a client, and its IT company is a vendor. Okay, so in IT company, we have product owner, business analyst, system architect, the front end developer, testers, and the last of business owners. So let's understand the flow of this. So like agent LIC want to generate agent portal for their agent. So the LIC will provide all the requirement to the IT company, IT company through the product owner. Okay, so product owner and business analyst will take the requirement from the client, and based on the requirement, the team will do the planning accordingly. Once the requirement and planning done, based on the requirement and planning, the system architect and UX and UI designer will design that code. Okay, based on the requirement, they will design that code, and after design, they will develop. The development team will develop that portal. And once the development complete, that code will send to QAs, that is test engineer and QA engineers. So there will be they will test this complete testing as per the requirement. We called it as a system testing. And after completion of the system testing, the code will application will provide to the UAT level. So in the UAT level, business user will test it as per the business requirement, and once the business user accept the requirement or the application, it will again send it to client for the production release, and the client will ask user to use that agent code. So this is what the software development life cycle. Okay, so understand here the most important phases, like requirement and planning, designing, development, testing, user acceptance testing, and last is the production. Okay, now let's understand the the difference. Okay, so here we have the development life cycle, and this is we have the software development life cycle. So if you compare both the SDLC, you will see the same thing. Like here we have the client, also here we have the client, right? So here the client is giving the requirement. Here also the client is giving the requirement, and the here we have the design. Here we have the design. Here we have the development. Here also we have the development. Here we have the testing. Here we have the testing. Here user acceptance. Here we have the UAT. And finally the production. Finally the production. So basically, any manufacturing things, any development things, the development cycles are always same. We are giving the different name. Okay, so I hope you understood the software development life cycle. So let's move to the next topic. So here you can see software development life cycle in the flow diagram. Okay, so the first one is requirement gathering and analysis. So here, as we discussed, right, in the requirement gathering and analysis phase, we are collect the requirement. Um, the requirement will be from the client, uh, or we can call it as a stakeholder, and they will define the scope. Based on the requirement, the team will plan it. Okay, so based on the requirement, in the planning, basically they will estimate the resource, cost, time, and risk, and create the project plan and schedule accordingly. So here, all the team members are involved in this planning. Um, now in the agile methodology, we have the sprint planning where we can, estimate resource, estimate cost, time, risk. Based on the requirement, we are deciding. So, we'll discuss in the agile methodology in detail how we are doing the sprint planning. After the planning, we have the system design process. Okay, so here we, based on the requirement, we design an architect, database interface, and the system components. Okay, after design, we have the development. So here the development team will they will code and implement or the develop the that application. After completion of the development, we have the testing. Okay, in the test where basically we have the different levels of testing. The testing team will test that code which is developed by a development team. After the testing complete, it will the code will release to the deployment phase. So it will the code will deploy to the production uh, environment and make it available for use. So after the production, also we have to maintain that app software. Okay, so we have to monitor the system, fix the issues, improve the performance, and add new features as well if there is a new change in the application. So basically, this is what the SDLC life cycle. So just keep in mind, uh, you have to remember all this process uh, uh, till till you're working in the IT industry. Okay, because this is very important. This is the way only the development will happen in the IT. Okay, now let's understand the software development life cycle in one video. Okay. Okay, hope you understand that software development life cycle process. Uh, okay, so let's take one more example here. So we have the process, right? So the process will start from the requirement. Okay, then we'll have the planning and designing, then we'll have the development, we have the testing, then we have the UAT and the production. Okay, this is the process we follow in the SDLC. So the requirement, basically this is the client on the bank is a client. Okay, planning and design mean basically the IT company, then again the development will IT company, the testing will the IT company, UAT will done by the this customer, that bank, and the production is the bank as well. So this is the process you have to remember all the time. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Okay, now let's understand software development life cycle and rules in the all the phases. Okay, in the first phase, requirement analysis and planning, we have the product owner, business analyst, and project manager. Okay, so product owner and business analyst will taking the requirement, and including project manager, they will planning all this requirement. Okay, so in the planning, basically everyone will involve, but for the taking the requirement from the client, the product owner and business analyst will involve. So after getting the requirement from that client, the product owner and business analyst will explain all the requirement to the team. So we will discuss in detail in the next session or later in this part. Okay. Now the second part, the designing. Okay, so in the design phase, we have the system architect, UX UI designer, and the QA. So here we have the system architect and UX UI designer to design the application, and the QA mostly involved to design the test scenarios. Okay, so next phase we have that development. In the development, we have the front-end developer as well as the back-end developers to develop their code. Then next phase is our testing. So in the testing phase, we have the QA engineer and the test engineer to test their code. And the next phase is our deployment. Here basically we have the data administrator or the DevOps engineer to deploy their code to the production. And after the last phase, we have the maintenance. Here basically we have the users as well. Also we have the production support team as well. Okay, so whatever we have issue in the production, they fix it and maintain the production environment. Now let's understand the education to enter in the IT industry. Okay, so you can see here, like we have a BCA, we have a BSc, we have the BE Tech, right? We have that MCA, BCom, BMS, BA, any graduate. So any graduate, okay. So I would suggest if you have any graduate, they can then you can work in IT industry. Okay, there is no such rule to enter in IT industry for the graduation. Okay, so if any graduation if you have done, then you can enter in the IT industry. Okay, that doesn't matter BA, BCom, BSc. The important part here is you should have one skill. You know, so we discuss multiple domains, right? So based on the domain. If you have a skill, then you can work in IT industry. Now let's understand about what is who is a software engineer. Okay, so a software engineer is a professional who applies the principle of software engineering for planning, designing, development, testing, evaluation, and maintenance of computer software. So, you know, by this definition, you know, what you can think. Software engineer is a professional who applies the principle of software engineering for planning, designing, development, testing, evaluation, and maintenance of computer software. Okay. In previous slide, we have seen like in every phases we have the different role, right? Like product owner, business analyst, developer, QA tester, DevOps engineer. Okay, so those are working in different phases, right? Planning, designing, development, testing, and evaluation. So at each phases, okay, so whoever is working on each phases, all are software engineer. Okay, the person who work from planning to maintenance, okay, all are software engineers, but those have the different role. Okay, if you are working in IT industry, in this phases you are a software engineer. Okay, so just remember, software engineer is a professional who applies the principle of software engineering for planning, designing, development, testing, evaluation, and the maintenance of computer software. Okay, so now let's understand role in software development. Okay, um, in software development, basically we have the different levels of team. Okay, the first team is business analyst team, then we have the development team, then we have the testing team, then we have the release team, basically we call it the DevOps, and then we have the production support team. In every team we have the different role. Okay, so in the business analyst, okay, in this team we have the business analyst. Okay, I mean you can start working in this team with the business analyst role, then you will promote it to the principal business analyst, then the product owner. Okay, again you can promote to the different level, like director level, even vice president level. You can jump in the business analyst team level, or the business analyst team role. The second role in the development team. Okay, so in the development team we have the software engineer. Okay, so development lead, project manager, delivery head, vice president, or president. Okay, so this way you can get a promotion. Okay, so these software engineers means basically the developer. Okay, so by the way, as we called it, everyone is a software engineer here. Okay, but in the development team we have the software developer. Okay, then development lead, project manager, delivery head, vice president, president, all this way. Now the next team is the testing team. In the testing team, we have initially we have the trainee test engineer, then software test engineer, then testing lead, then test or QA manager, the test director, vice president, all this thing. Okay, I highlighted this in the blue, because in this video we are just concentrating on more focusing on testing only. So the next team we have DevOps team. Okay, here we have the release engineer, then lead engineer, then release manager. Okay, and the next team, that is our support team. Here we have the business analyst, software engineer, software test engineer, and the manager as well. So these are the roles in software development cycle. Now let's understand courses in IT industry. Okay, so uh, in business analyst, suppose you want to enter in the business analyst team. These are some courses you need to understand: business analyst fundamentals. Then you have to certify the Scrum product owner. We have the data. You should have the knowledge of the database and Oracle. We should know the agile methodology. You should know all this tool like Jira, Confluence, SQL, Excel, DevOps. And you should have the domain like insurance, finance, manufacturing, education. So any one of domain knowledge you should require to enter in the business analyst team. The second team we have that development team. So here the development team, the developer should know the backend knowledge and the front end knowledge. For the backend knowledge, you should have the C++, Java, .NET, C Sharp, VB, .NET, MVC, all these Python, all these courses you have to complete, or you should know the knowledge on this area. And the front end also you should know about the CSS, HTML, JavaScript, React, Angular, Python. And the database level you should know SQL and the Oracle. Then you should know the agile methodology. This is very important part uh, to understand or to work in the IT industry. Okay, that is what the SDLC part. So then you should know the tools like Jira, SQL, Excel, DevOps. Okay, if you want to enter as a development team member, then you should know all this knowledge. Then next team we have the testing team, right? In the testing team, uh, okay, so there are the multiple areas in the testing. First one is the manual testing, okay, then automation testing, then performance testing, you know, then API testing, then this is also again the part of the automation part. So if you want to work in the manual testing, you should know all the manual testing concept. You should know agile methodology. You should know the Jira DevOps. You should know the SQL and database, and also important part is the domain knowledge. Okay, so like insurance, finance, manufacturing, education, all the anyone knowledge or domain knowledge you should require. The second part, the automation testing. Okay, in the automation testing, you should know the Selenium, WebDriver. Then Appium, if you want to do work in the mobile testing, then you should know the Appium tool. You should know the Jenkins. Now in the market we have that Cypress also. You can get training on that to work in the automation testing. Then we have that performance testing. Okay, so you should know the knowledge about JMeter, load runner, neo load, blaze meter. Okay, then next we have the Cucumber and BDD, test ng, JUnit, then API testing. If you want to work in the testing team, you should have this knowledge or you have to complete these courses. The next team like DevOps team. Okay, so here you should know about that release management part. You should know the CI, CD, and automation. You should know the version control. You should know the DevOps security. Then you should know the deployment and the post release monitoring. You should know the cloud platform like AWS, Azure, GCP. So all these things you should know if you want to work in the DevOps. Now the last one is the production support team. So production support team is basically when we deploy or deliver our code to the production. So someone has to maintain that production. So there is a separate production support team. So in that team there may be a business analyst, development team, as well as the testing team. So you should know the knowledge about the business analyst, development related or the testing related. Then here we should know that incidents management and the troubleshooting uh, to enter in this production support team. You should know about the system monitoring and alert. You should know the cloud and DevOps tool. You should know the log management and troubleshooting. Also, you should know the security and the compliance in the production. Okay, so all these are courses which require to if you want to work in specific team. Now, we have discussed about that software development life cycle, courses and role in the IT, right? So now let's understand um, the different topic like the software testing. Okay, so software testing, uh, you should know what is the software testing. So what is software testing? Okay, so take an example. We have an insurance company. Okay, as we have seen that example earlier. So we have the insurance company, they want to develop one software, that agent portal. So they will, they will go to IT company. IT company will develop that software. IT company will test it. IT company will deliver it to insurance company again. So here, can you see the test? Okay, so this is what testing. Okay, so this area. Okay, so this area, so this is what the SDLC, right? So during the SDLC we have the testing part. Okay, so during this SDLC we have the testing part. So let's understand the definition of software testing then. So software testing is a part of software development process. Okay, software testing is a part of software development process, as this is what SDLC, right? So this is a part of software development process. So the first definition you can call it as a software testing is a part of software development process. Okay, this is one definition. Okay, in Google you will see so many definition of the software testing. Okay, so just remember what is software testing. Software testing is a part of software development process. Okay, then what's the next definition? Software testing is an activity. Okay, software testing is an activity to detect and identify the defect. Okay, to detect and identify the defect. So this is what activity to find the defect in the software is called as software testing. Okay, it's very easy to remember. Software testing is an activity to find the defect or to detect and identify the defect in the software is called as a software testing. Okay, so the main objective of testing is to release quality product. Okay, the main objective of testing to release quality product to the client. Okay, and the testing is a process used to help identify correctness, completeness, and quality of developed computer software. Okay, so these are some important definition. Well, you will find so many multiple definition in this Google about the software testing, but just keep in mind these just understand the basic definition of software testing. Software testing is a part of software development process. It is an activity to find a defect. Okay, and the objective of the testing is to release quality product to the client, and the testing is a process to use identify correctness, completeness, and quality of developed computer software. Now let's understand why software testing is necessary. So just remember one example here. On 4th June 1996, the French built Ariane 5 rocket launched by European Space Agency ESA, which is failed in 30 seconds after launch due to the software bugs. Okay, so what is the cause? Overflow error in the software conversion of a 64-bit floating point number to 16-bit signed integer. Okay, in short word, the French built Ariane 5 rocket, which is launched by ESA, it's failed in 30 seconds because of one small error. Okay, and the impact is led to loss of $370 million. Okay, and from this what you have to learn the importance of thorough testing, especially in critical system. Okay, so this is very important software testing is very important to avoid such kind of loss. Okay, so now let's start. Just understand the um, introduction about the software testing again. So the definition. Okay, so systematic process of evaluating and verifying software functionality. Okay, as I said, you can define in different way, or you will find so many definition in Google. So the simple definition you have to remember: software testing is a part of software development life cycle, or software testing is an activity to find a defect. Okay, so the key activity in the software testing was identifying the bugs, ensuring the compliances with requirement, and validating the performance. Okay, what is the purpose of this software testing? To enhance the quality of performance and user satisfaction. Now let's understand the importance of software testing. Okay, so the first one is quality assurance. Here we have to ensure the software meets quality standard. The second one is the cost saving. Identify the defects early, reducing the cost of fixing them later. Okay. Third, risk mitigation. Reduce risk associated with the software failures. Fourth, user experience. Improve user satisfaction and trust. Okay. So this is what the importance of software testing. So well, we are going to discuss in detail why software testing is required in our future sessions. Now let's understand types of software testing. Okay, so so you will never see this chart in Google. Okay, so this is very important, and you have to understand all the types in detail. Okay, so in software testing there are two main types: manual testing, automation testing. Okay, under software testing, or under software testing, these are the two types, right? Under manual testing we have the two types: static testing as well as the dynamic testing. Okay, under static testing we have the review, walkthrough and inspection. Under the dynamic testing we have the unit testing, integration testing, system testing and acceptance testing. Okay, and under the unit testing, we have the basic part testing, control structure testing, mutation testing. Okay, and integration testing, we have the incremental, non-incremental. Under the incremental, we have the top-down and the bottom-up. Okay, so we will discuss in detail in our future sessions. So right now we are just giving the names, what are the types, we are just understanding what are the types, but in depth level discussion we will have in our future sessions. Okay, so in the system testing we have the GUI testing, usability testing, functional testing, non-functional testing. Okay, under the functional testing we have the objective, paperless object properties testing, database testing, error handling, calculation manipulation testing, link exist and execution testing, cookie generation. And non-functional testing, we have the security, recovery, compatibility, configuration, installation, sanitation, and garbage testing, and the performance testing. And under the performance testing, we have this type: load testing, stress testing, scalability, and volume testing. And the last one is the acceptance testing. Under the acceptance testing we have unit testing. Under the unit testing we have the alpha testing, beta testing, factory acceptance testing, operation acceptance testing, and contract and the regulation acceptance testing. Okay, so these are the comes under the manual testing. Okay, in automation testing we will cover in the next lecture what are the types of automation testing. So these are the basically software types. Okay, now Now, you can see here other types of software testing. We can call it as a terminology. Okay, here we have the white box, black box, and gray box testing. Then we have the regression testing. We have the retesting. We have the smoke testing, sanity testing, exploratory testing, ad hoc testing, monkey gorilla testing, positive testing, negative testing, end-to-end testing, globalization and localization testing, maintenance testing, risk-based testing. Okay, we are going to discuss all these types in detail in the future session. So right now you just remember all these types, software testing types and other types of software testing. Now let's understand the testing strategy. So in testing strategy, we have the black box testing, white box testing, and gray box testing. Okay, so here in black box testing, mostly focus on the input and output without knowing the internal code structure. So the person who work in the black box testing, he doesn't know about the coding knowledge. Okay, in the white box testing, it involves understanding the internal structure and writing test based on code. So the person who work in the white box testing, he or she doesn't know about the functional testing, or the he knows only the backend level testing. He know about the coding level knowledge. That's why it's called as a white box testing. Gray box testing is combined aspect of both black box and the white box. Means the person who has knowledge in front end as well as the back end, you know that person can do the gray box testing. So this is what the testing strategy. Now let's understand the testing approach. Now let's understand the testing approaches. So in testing approaches, first one is we have manual testing, then automated testing, performance testing, and API testing. Okay, so this way we can do the testing. So in the manual testing, we'll test performed by human without automation. In automated testing, we do the test executed by software tools like Selenium. In performance testing, we basically the testing done by software tools like JMeter, Neoload, Load Runner, all these things. In the API test executed by software tools like Postman. Okay, so this is what the testing approach. Uh, Also, you can see in testing approach, basically what are the the importance factors required in all these phases, all these approaches. Okay, so in the manual testing, we have the manual test engineer. So the he will do the manual testing, he will do the SQL and database testing, he will work on the agile methodology, he work on the Jira and DevOps. Also he know the domain knowledge. Okay, for the automation testing, that automation testing engineer will know the manual testing concept. Then he should know the QTP, Selenium, Java, .NET, Python. All this knowledge should require for the automation testing. Okay, so for the performance testing, for the performance testing, the that tester should know the manual testing concept. He should know the JMeter, Neoload, or Load Runner. Similarly, API testing, that API tester should know the manual testing concept and the Postman tool. So so this is what regarding the approaches for um, manual testing, automation testing, performance testing, and API testing. Uh, Now let's see the software testing tools. In software testing tools, we have Selenium, JUnit, Testing, TestNG, Postman, Jira, Qtest, and JMeter. Okay, so the Selenium is used for web application. This is the automation tool which used for the web application. JUnit is a basically framework for unit testing in Java. TestNG is an advanced testing framework often used for the larger test suite. Postman is a tool for API testing and development. Jira is a tool for bug tracking and agile project management. Qtest is a comprehensive and management tool, and JMeter is a performance testing tool. Okay, so let's understand test automation. In test automation, you know, increase test coverage, improve accuracy, faster feedback, and support CI/CD. Okay, so this is very important points in test automation. When I say the increased test coverage, automates extensive tests efficiently, and improve accuracy when reduce the human error in repetitive test. Also, we have the faster feedback. Okay, provide rapid feedback on the software changes, and also the support CI/CD to integrate the continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline. So we will discuss in detail in future session. So stay connected with us. So stay connected with us. Now, best practice in software testing. Okay, early testing. That means start testing early in the development life cycle. Okay, clear test cases. Develop detailed and comprehensive test cases. Prioritize testing. Focus on high risk areas first. Regular updates. Keep test case and test scripts updated with changes in the system. Major metrics. Use metrics to evaluate the effectiveness of the testing efforts. In real world application, we have the agile testing, DevOps, shift left testing, continuous testing. In agile testing, integrating testing in the iterative cycle for ongoing feedback. In DevOps, incorporating testing in the development or deployment pipeline to support rapid releases. Shift left testing, emphasizing early testing to detect issues sooner. Continuous testing, automated tests run continuously to detect integration and performance issue early. Now, let's understand the challenges in software testing. First one, complex system, user modular and incremental testing strategies. Then security concerns. Implement robust security testing procedure. Cross-platform compatibility. Employ tools for comprehensive cross-platform testing. Rapid changes. Adapt to changes with flexible and maintainable test cases. Now let's understand future trends in software testing. AI and machine learning. Using AI to enhance test generation and defect prediction. Shift left testing. Testing earlier in the development process. Test automation advancement. New framework and tools for more efficient automation. Cloud-based testing. Leveraging cloud resource for scalable and flexible testing. IoT. Internet of Things testing, addressing the complexities of testing Internet of Things device and applications. Expected salary in software testing. If you are a fresher, you will get 2 to 4 lakhs. If you have a 2 years of experience, you will get 4 to 8 lakhs. If you have 5 years of experience, you will get 8 to 15 lakhs. If you have a 10 years of experience, for 15 to 40 lakhs. But again, it is depend on your performance and skill. If you have any question, then please put in the comments. Okay, we will get back to you as soon as possible. If you like our videos, please like, share and subscribe this channel. Thank you so much.